are called in, and they are racing for the Ladbrokes Champion Chase Grade 1 contest over 3 miles, where Kemboy is the first to show with Conflated for company. Galvin slots in behind them. They're being followed by Envoi Allen and Beacon Edge, who's at the back of the field. They make their way on towards the first of the 16 fences along the back straight, and on the inside Kemboy, with towards the outside over fence number 1 is Conflated. Galvin has jumped it in third. Envoi Allen is 4, and just at the back of the field on the outside is Beacon Edge. Now they turn on the elbow along the back straight. They'll make their way on towards fences 2 and 3, a plain one, and then the first of the ditches, and it's Kemboy and Paul Townend going to rise in front from Conflated and Jack Kennedy in second. Galvin jumps the third. Beacon Edge very untidy over the second, and Brian Cooper has sat tight as they go now towards fence number 3. Kemboy going to lead them out over it. Just gets in deep to it. From in second spot, Conflated, who goes up to join the lead. Galvin is third, Envoi Allen is 4, and Beacon Edge jumped that one better. So now the 5 runners make their way on the climb. They've won 47 races between them, over €2 million in prize money, and 13 of those races were at the highest level in the Grade 1 that we are in this afternoon. And it is Kemboy towards the inside, the 4-time Grade 1 winner, the 10-year-old, against the other 4 8-year-olds, headed by Conflated. Next up is Galvin. Envoi Allen is towards the inside, and alongside him is Beacon Edge. So they begin to make their way on over the brow of the hill in the Ladbrokes Champion Chase, with Kemboy leading them up from in second spot, Conflated. Galvin is third, and then towards the inside, Envoi Allen and Beacon Edge last of the group as they go to the fence at the top of the track. Kemboy going to lead them over it from Conflated, Galvin and Envoi Allen, and just behind these as they come down the hill is Beacon Edge. So Kemboy leads them down. Paul Townend aboard for Willie Mullins. He's won this race once, but that was the initial running back in 1999 with Florida Pearl. Hasn't won it since. Kemboy is his charge. In second spot is Conflated, the Irish Gold Cup winner. Jack Kennedy aboard. He's won the race once. That was an Outlander. Next up behind these, towards the outside, is last year's runner-up to Frodon, Galvin. He, of course, went on to win the Savills, beating a Plutard on that occasion. He's towards the outside. On the inside, in the red jacket with the blue cap, is Envoi Allen, the mount of Rachel Blackmore. Envoi Allen has won at this meeting in each of the last 3 seasons, and just in behind them is the Drinmore winner, Beacon Edge, the mount of Brian Cooper, who's won this race twice on Roy Demy and Don Cossack, and his trainer Noel Meade has won it 3 times. They pass the judge and swing right-handed now to make their way towards fences 7, 8 and 9. A ditch and a plane on this section of the track, and it's Kemboy from Conflated. Envoi Allen down the inside, Galvin just next, and last of all is Beacon Edge as they go to the first of these 3. Kemboy leads over, just got deep to it, so too Envoi Allen as they go now towards the ditch. Kemboy on the inside. Conflated has been right there for company for most of the journey. Right behind them, Envoi Allen and Galvin keep company, and Beacon Edge will play his cards last as they now make their way on towards the final one of 3 along this section. They're just about passing the halfway point now. Kemboy has led for half the journey, with Conflated never far away. Galvin has switched pretty wide on the course. Envoi Allen remains on the inside, and Beacon Edge remains last of the 5. So now they race towards the bend that'll bring them in towards the back straight, and it's Kemboy and Paul Townend who leads Conflated and Jack Kennedy. Davy Russell is third on Galvin. Next up was Envoi Allen and Rachel Blackmore, and last of all is Beacon Edge and Brian Cooper as they go now to the fence right across from my position in the stands, and it is Kemboy with on the outside Conflated. Still Galvin races wide of Envoi Allen, and last of all is Beacon Edge. They've completed a circuit. They've 2 miles behind them, and they've an all-important mile ahead as they go across the back straight. Kemboy still showing the way, the 4-time Grade 1 winner. From in second, Conflated. Next up is the 6 times Grade 1 winning Envoi Allen, and then comes Galvin, and next up behind these is Beacon Edge. Right over the far side they go, and on towards the next with Kemboy still leading Conflated as they go towards it. Gap of 3 lengths or so back to Envoi Allen. Galvin is a further half to 3/4 of a length behind him on the outside, and last of all Beacon Edge. Good jump there by Kemboy, not so good by Galvin, not the right time for that. He's just lost a little momentum there as Kemboy was slick. Now they race towards the 2 fences behind the clear view of the grandstand behind the clubhouse, plain in a ditch, and it's Kemboy with Conflated. Envoi Allen the inside. Galvin is recovering up on the outside and gets a little closer again. Beacon Edge still last of 5 over these 2. More deliberate jump, but safer from Galvin there as they come to the final ditch. This is 4 fences from the finish. Kemboy on the outside Conflated. Galvin, Envoi Allen and Beacon Edge as they clear that one. And Kemboy leads from Conflated. Good jump there by Galvin. Envoi Allen is right there poised on the inside, and just a couple of lengths behind them is Beacon Edge as they now rise towards the highest point on the track, and all 5 hold chances here in the Ladbrokes Champion Chase. It's Conflated the centre, Kemboy the inside, Galvin close enough to challenge with Envoi Allen tucked away the inside, and Beacon Edge just getting a little lower in the saddle. Brian Cooper, the first rider to show a few distress signals as they race towards the top of the track with 3 to jump down the hill, and it's Conflated and Kemboy who lead Galvin and Envoi Allen, and behind them Beacon Edge. And the 5 Grade 1 winners at the top of the track begin to descend now, and Conflated. Galvin's come under pressure as Conflated and Kemboy going to hit the third last, and it's Conflated in the centre, Kemboy the inside. Envoi Allen's going to try and come between them, and Galvin's going to try and come wide, but the first to get a reminder, Beacon Edge is next, and it's now Kemboy with Conflated. Now Envoi Allen switches outside them, Galvin's under pressure behind them. The quartet level off now towards the second last, and it's Conflated, the Irish Gold Cup winner, from Kemboy, the 4-time Grade 1 winner, and Envoi Allen's never beaten round here as they come towards this second last. Envoi Allen just races a little off left. Over on the far side is Kemboy, in between them is Conflated. They head towards the final fence. It's Envoi Allen, the near side of Kemboy, Conflated a little behind them, and Kemboy's battling away on the far side. Envoi Allen loves Dunroyal at November, and as they race inside the closing stages, it's a familiar sight. It's Envoi Allen at Dunroyal in November, taking the Ladbrokes Champion Chase. Envoi Allen has cracked Grade 1 company over 3 mile. Kemboy was second, in third was Conflated, Galvin was 4, and back in 5 was Beacon Edge.
Joined now by Rachel Blackmore. Rachel, congratulations. A great thrill, I think, for all racing fans to see this horse back to something like his best. How much did you enjoy it?
Yeah, look, he was fantastic. He gave me a fantastic feel. He didn't jump as well as he can throughout the race, but when I needed him, he was there, and he really came on the bridle kind of 2 out, and he battled well, and he really got to the line. So yeah, look, it was a brilliant performance.
What has changed within this season? Why have you guys kind of felt that maybe we're starting to see the old horse at home, and he's gone and translated that today? Yeah,
look, I suppose stepping him up was it's just opened up more options for him. We've been happy with him, so yeah, look, it's brilliant.
And did the race roughly play out how you hoped it would? Were you reasonably happy? Robbie was just saying there he thought he took a bit of time to warm to it.
Yeah, like he didn't jump half as well as he can, to be honest. I don't know what went wrong with us there. 1 or 2 I asked him at, he'd usually always come up, and he was letting me down. But he at the business end, he got the job done. So look, that was the main thing. But yeah, I was happy enough throughout the race. I was hoping just to follow away Kemboy, and that's what happened. So yeah, I was happy enough, and even happier when he kept going to the line.
He was good when you needed, wasn't he, over those last couple?
Yeah, he was. Brilliant.
Do you think he can be even better than this, Rach? I mean, that's obviously only the starting point for him today.
I think he's look, everyone knows his history and knows he's a horse with a serious amount of ability. So I don't think you can ever think you've seen all of him. You know what I mean? He really put in a fantastic performance today. So look, who knows?
And understandably, he got a great reception. The horse has got a great following, but for you guys, I think everyone is doubly chuffed. Can you kind of feel that when you're coming in afterwards?
Yeah, look, definitely. Everyone is so supportive, and look, it's been a very hard few months for Henry, Heather, me, and Georgie. So look, it's great that he's won that today, and it might give 5 minutes of joy.
Well, a great result to Ladbrokes Champion Chase. It's been won by Envoi Allen, his 4th win in a row at this fixture, trained of course by Henry de Bromhead, who's represented today by Robbie Parr. Robbie, just how much of a thrill is that for everyone connected at Knockeen to see this horse do that today?
Yeah, fantastic. Since he came back in, this race was the plan to step him up in trip. He was just falling a bit short over 2 mile behind some very good horses, so we decided we'd step up in trip, and Henry had him spot on for today. This was been the plan since he came back in, and look, it opens up more options for us now. He stays 3 miles, so it opens up plenty of options.
You're obviously a relatively new addition to the team down there. How much input have you had into this? Do you still have a sit on these horses at all?
No, my hip is playing up on me, so I don't sit up too often. Davy Roach rides him out at home every day, rides him in all his work, and Davy's been really happy with him. He's done a great job on him, and he was happy. His work was very good at home, and he was proper fit today as well, which is great.
Last season, I know he did obviously bag a big prize at Leopardstown, but was it a frustration to everyone around that he was maybe operating at a level below what we know he's capable of?
Yeah, he possibly was, but at the same time, he was third in 2 Grade 1s over 2 mile, third in the Champion Chase behind Energy Mean. That's good form. If he stayed 3 mile today, he was going to take a bit of beating, and he'd only had the run before over 3 mile, and that was at the end of his season, so we didn't really know whether he saw the trip out or not. So, as I say, that win today now opens up more options for him.
What were your thoughts watching the race today? Were you happy with the way he was jumping and travelling?
Yeah, not early on I wasn't. No, he took a while to warm to his jump, and Rachel was saying he was sluggish early on, and I suppose having his first run of the season you could maybe forgive that, but we'll work on his jump. And the fences haven't been out in the grass for very long because they've been so dry, so he hasn't done a whole pile of schooling, but we can work on that. Touch wood, generally he's a very, very good jumper, so maybe a bit more schooling, and maybe with that run under his belt his jump will be better the next day.
Yeah, hopefully he can go on and back it up now. That's going to be the next question. And how big a lift for Henry and everyone at home is this going to prove? Robbie, have you had a chance to talk to him yet?
Yeah, I was chatting to him straight after the race, and it's delighted, you know, and it's a huge boost for everyone down in Knockeen. You know, there's a fantastic team of staff down there, and everyone's been working so hard over the last couple of months. So yeah, no, it's a great lift for everyone, and the season is just kicking into gear now, and that's a great way to start it.
Brilliant to see. Very well received. Thanks, Rob.
Cheers, thanks, Gary. Cheers.